So take a look at this video. We're now learning more about what 4 firefighters faced when they were burned in this raging house fire in Newtown in northwest Jacksonville. The chief telling News 4 Jax today the conditions were brutal yesterday when the firefighters braved the flames to see if a person was trapped inside the house. The good news, the firefighters are out of the hospital. The chief spoke today with News 4 Jax reporter Vic Micolucci, who's joining us live from the burned out house. Vic?
Yeah, thankfully everyone is okay, Tom, but this was a dangerous scenario. That chief tells me these flames came 6 to 10 feet from this home. So that's almost to this fence line for perspective. That's where the fire started in the back bedroom, but it spread throughout, and firefighters rushed in not only to put it out, but because neighbors were yelling and screaming that they thought an elderly man was still inside. When firefighters first arrived, they knew they were in for a challenge.
It is a very dangerous situation.
Captain Eric Proswimmer was first on the scene. Chief Robin Gainey was the incident commander.
The fire started in this room.
The flames were angry. This fire was ripping through the house. And when first responders got here, neighbors told them there were 2 men who lived here. And one of them, they believed, was still inside. Rescuers rushed in without regard for their own safety, and despite their protective gear, 4 of them were injured, burned with blisters on their skin.
The heat conditions were extreme to a point that it was brutal on them, but they kept pushing forward.
Thankfully, no one was inside.
I heard all of the fire truck, but I thought they would go out somewhere else.
71-year-old Charles Jackson, who they were looking for, had left to run an errand. He and his roommate are grateful to be okay, but now left with nothing.
I lost it all. What I got on is that's it. You know, we were trying to salvage what we could, but ain't nothing in my room to salvage.
Tonight, they're praising the firefighters who risked their lives to possibly save theirs.
Whatever they do it good. And I thank God for all of them.
That's a heroic act, you know, to try to go in there with all that fire and see if a man was in there. Yeah, I appreciate him.
A bright spot in a dark time. So while they're pleased that the firefighters are okay, they call them true heroes, they need to know what is next for them because they lost their home. They lost just about all of their belongings. The American Red Cross is putting them up in a hotel for the next couple of days. But after that, they have to find a new place to live, new clothes, and new living supplies. We're live in northwest Jacksonville. I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.
Vic, any word yet on how this fire started?
Well, that's still under investigation by the state fire marshal, which has taken over this case. I want to show you something, though. There is a space heater right there, and both of the men who lived here tell me they don't think it was plugged in, but they think that's possibly what could have caused this. When I talked to the chief, he said it's unofficial, but they believe this was accidental, no arson, no foul play, and it appears to be electrical.
So many space heater fires, Vic, at this time of the year. Thank you. Vic Micolucci reporting live from Newtown.